GraphicAudio presents an audio guide to the Night Angel Trilogy by the critically acclaimed author Brent. Presented in rich, vivid graphic audio, a movie in your mind. The Night Angel Trilogy is a complete and total reimagining of the fantasy genre. From the characters to the setting to the vastly intricate plot, this trilogy will leave the listener completely and totally spellbound, taking them on a journey through the dark and ghastly underbelly of the fantasy world and leaving them craving more. The darkly opulent world of Mid-Kiru serves as the realm for the sprawling tale of cold deception, soulless betrayal, and long-fought-for redemption. It is a dark land where the shadows whisper secrets, and to hear them is to forfeit your very soul. A place where the assassin's creed is law, and disobedience brings only death. In the city of Sonaria, a young Azoth fights and bleeds to cling to a tenuous existence. Life in the Warrens is a hellish curse that extracts its very cost from the soul of all who inhabit it. Orphaned from a young age and having never known his birth parents, Azoth makes a life in this dark place. But deep down he dreams. He dreams to rid himself of the brutal chains of the Warrens. Taking his life in his hands, Azoth offers up his very soul to a man named Durzo Blint, the world's greatest assassin, the world's greatest wet boy. Azoth yearns to learn the dark arts of murder as a way to take flight from his unbearable existence. But he soon learns that the cost of this knowledge is much more than his life. It's the goodness and warmth in his very soul. Crafted into a cold, unfeeling killing machine by his master, Azoth will leave behind everything he knows and loves to become the legend known as Kylar Stern. As Kylar, he will become the frigid hand of death itself, the dark, lurking thing in the shadows, the darkness after the light goes out. Murder and death, killing and maiming, torture and betrayal become his world, become his entire existence. There is nothing but the target, no friendship, no love, nothing between the wet boy and his debtor, nothing but the kill. But as the secrets begin to unravel, Kylar learns that Durzo Blint is not the man he thought him to be. Legends begin to unfold around his former master, telling of heinous deeds, of vicious atrocities committed by the man he once thought of as a father. Utterly confused, Kylar searches out the truth behind these dark tales. This search plunges Kylar into a world of dark and powerful magics, and even darker and deadlier intrigue that quickly catches hold of Kylar and threatens to never let go. As Kylar fights to hang on to the last glimmer of light within his soul, he will be forced to question everything he has ever known. He will be forced to look into the mirror and confront the shadows that stare back at him. The characters. Azoth. An innocent boy corrupted by a tainted world, Azoth knows what it means to fight to survive. And he is willing to become the ultimate fighter, the ultimate weapon, the ultimate killer. Apprenticing himself to Durzo Blint, Azoth becomes the man known as Kylar Stern and becomes one of Sonaria's best assassins, known as Wet Boys. Through the brutally regimented teachings of his master, Kylar transforms his body into an instrument of death, a killing machine, and he hones his mind to see things in black and white. Those who will live and those who will die. But as friends from a distant past resurface, Kylar will be forced to confront the demon he has become. He will question his brutal nature and come to wonder where it came from, how the small boy Azoth could turn into this monster known as Kylar Stern. As the darkness poisons his very soul, Kylar will find out that killing has a much higher price than he could have ever dreamed. And it may cost him the only person he has ever loved. Durzo Blint. He is the eerie feeling you get when you are being watched. He is the cold breeze that chills you to the bone. He is the best assassin the world has ever known, and he has never failed a job. Kings, emperors, monarchs of all kinds have known the taste of his blade and spilled their blood before his altar. He is a stern man, uncaring, brutal, for he knows that to make death your living is to give up anything you hold dear. He holds nothing close, and therefore is unafraid to lose anything. But as Kylar begins to question his master, Durzo's carefully crafted facade begins to crumble. The ghosts from his past emerge, taunting him from the brink of eternity, making him see things he thought he had long since cast away. As the story of Durzo's life begins to unfold, the blood of those he has betrayed begins to rise like a tempest, threatening to drown Durzo in an unstoppable wake. As the long chronicle of Durzo's life is dragged out into the light, he is once again confronted with the undeniable truth. Killing is easy. To live well, that is the true test of a man. Gwynvere Kyrina. Once Cenaria's most popular and well-known courtesan, Mama K knew how to play the ancient game of seduction. She knew how to play and how to win, realizing that true power comes from the secrets one learns when others are at their most exposed. Gwynvere sacrificed her body to learn of the dark underbelly of Cenaria. Now, kissed by the unyielding hand of Father Time, and armed with a body of knowledge that could topple empires, Mama K has become a force to be reckoned with. If it's illegal, she knows about it. If it is illegitimate, she has a hand in it. And if there is money to be made, you owe her a piece of it. Nothing happens without Mama K knowing about it. She is the linchpin around which the fetid wheel of corruption turns. She is power, and she is grace. She is potent and ruthless and uncompromising and utterly alone. To sell one's body is easy, and there are always plenty of buyers. But the soul, well, Mama K doesn't have a soul, does she? Dorian Ursul. Blessed, cursed with the ability to see the future, Dorian is a man that has been torn, fractured by the diverging ebb and flow of time itself. Once the most powerful mage in the known world, Dorian's abilities threaten to break the tenuous sanity to which he still grasps. Fighting a constant battle against the falling sands of time, Dorian is determined to prevent the horrible things in his visions from coming to fruition. If he can make contact with the right forces and put all the right pieces into play, it may be possible for him to change the flow of the river of time and set the wrong things right. However, as Dorian falls further and further into the future, he forgets that if you only look for what's to come, you'll miss what's right in front of your eyes. The God King. In the cold, frozen lands of the north, a dark force is gathering, bringing together barbarian hordes to unleash its wrath upon the rest of Mid-Kiru. The God King thirsts for power and bloodshed in its quest for the secret to immortality. A powerful dark magician, the God King is a master of the sinister art of magic, known only as the Veer. Using this malevolent form of magic, he spreads his unholy influence across the realm like a plague. A true sadist, the God King revels in the pain and torture of others, and glories in the songs sung by his many victims, songs written in screams and agony and torment. He leaves a wake of destruction and death in his path, as he quests for the one magical item that will grant him dominion over all mankind, the one item that will give him true immortality. But as he carves a path through the lands of the south, his spies learn a shocking truth. The item the God King covets lies in the hands of the world's greatest assassin. The magic. Mid-Kiru is a realm of vast and powerful magics. In this realm, magic users derive their power from the energy that is present within nature. From the rays of sunlight to the heat of an open flame, spellcasters use this ambient energy to fill their Glora Virden, charging them like a battery and opening up their access to magic, or as it is known in this world, their talent. Talent manifests itself in many ways, depending on class, creeds, and cultures. The talented can take the form of powerful battle mages, casting spells of pure offense such as fireballs and lightning. There are mages that specialize in the arts of healing, so powerful they can bind together even a mortal wound. Some mages specialize in the ability to see parts of the future, glimpses into the realm of possibilities, a chance to float the river of time itself. Still, other mages are even more powerful, gathering together all forms of talent, using magic to perform legendary acts of heroism and betrayal. The Wet Boys, the coveted master class of assassins in Mid-Kiru, are also talented. They use their talent to aid them in the Assassin's Creed, using it to embrace the shadows, making them invisible to the naked eye. Some can use their abilities to throw their voices, or move with incredible speed and agility. Still others can concentrate their talent and use it like a weapon of sheer willpower, a magical weapon, and even more deadly than the kiss of an assassin's blade. But even the most talented magic user fears the darker side of magic, the shadowy, wicked art practiced in the frozen Northlands, the craft known as the Veer. The Veer is a mysterious and very dangerous form of magic. Little is known of its true nature, other than it can make the wielder immensely powerful, but has an utterly soul-rending price. The Veer acts almost like a parasite, feeding off the Glora Virden of the caster, opening up new gateways within the user's talent, and allowing all new kinds of arcane magics to be unleashed. As one becomes more and more powerful with the Veer, it manifests itself physically within the magic user's body, tracing ominous black lines across their skin, appearing like intricate tattoos of a truly demonic nature. Known as Meisters, The wielders of the Veer are slowly brought deeper and deeper into the sinister caress of the dark magic. The more powerful they become, the more they need the Veer to survive. The more magic they cast, the more the Veer eats away at what they once were, eating little bits of the Meister's very life force and filling it with fetid darkness until there is nothing left but a black, empty void. The novels. Book 1, The Way of Shadows, Parts 1 and 2. The opening chapter in the Night Angel trilogy, it chronicles the life of Azoth and his transformation into the shadow assassin known as Kylar Stern by the guiding hands of Durzo Blint. In Sonaria, assassination is an art form, and Durzo Blint is the city's most accomplished artist.
There is no higher purpose. There are no gods, no arbiters of right and wrong. There is nothing beyond this. There is only the perfection we attain by becoming weapons. The ends don't justify the means don't justify the ends. There is no justice. Do you know how many people I've killed?
No.
Me neither.
He weaves tapestries of pain and death, paints masterpieces in blood and bone, and composes symphonies of murder and meat.
No! Look! This is what you've done! This is your fault! Your failure! Your debtor did this! A debtor shouldn't do anything! A debtor is dead! Do you understand?
Azoth has learned that to survive is to suffer. He's grown up in the slums, the dregs of society, and all he knows is that in order to live, you must risk everything.
I want you to take it, Azoth. As soon as we find out where Durzo Blint lives, we're going to get you out. All right?
But apprenticing himself to Durzo Blint may cost him more than his soul can afford.
Is your life so empty, boy?
It will be if you say no. I want to be like you.
No one wants to be like me.
In order to become a reaper of souls, Azoth must turn his back on his old life and embrace a new identity and name.
You want an ironclad identity? You could make him a Stern. First name,
Kylar. As Kylar Stern, he will learn to become a connoisseur of agony in a world of dangerous politics and powerful magics.
This is what hesitation costs. When I say kill, you kill. Not tomorrow, not 5 days later. You kill that second. No hesitations, no doubts, no second thoughts. Obedience. Do you understand the word?
He will take up the blade and cultivate a new taste for death.
Are you a bad man, Kylar?
Yes. Book 2, Shadow's Edge, Parts 1 and 2. The second chapter in this trilogy details Kylar's struggle to retain his humanity while his soul is corrupted by the wicked call of the Night Angel. Kylar Stern has rejected the assassin's life.
We've got a contract for you. 50,000 gunders for one kill, Kylar. With that much, you can take a lien annually anywhere. You'll have done the world a good turn, and you'll never have to work again. It's just one last job.
There's always one last job. I'm finished.
The God King's successful coup has left Kylar's master, Durzo Blint, dead and buried.
Oh, I've been having a little party, celebrating.
What are you celebrating?
Durzo Blint is dead.
Tired of it all, he is starting over. New city, new friends, and a new profession.
Kylar, there are always going to be people so bad that we think they deserve to die. I don't know. What I do know is what you've told me about what killing has done to your soul. No matter what good it seems to do for the world, it destroys you. I can't watch that, Kylar. I won't. I care about you too much.
All right. We should be able to leave in the morning.
But the beckoning will of the shadow soon comes to call on Kylar once again.
Logan's alive. He's in the hole.
Logan's alive?
Every day, the chances that Logan will be discovered gets worse.
You want me to break into the hole and save Logan?
I want you to rescue Logan. And then I want you to assassinate the God King.
Kylar is faced with an agonizing choice. Will he give up the way of shadows and live in peace? Or will he risk everything by taking on the ultimate hit?
Look at yourself! I know this hit is impossible. I'm sending you after a god. But if anyone in the world can do it, it's you. You were made for this, Kylar. Some things are bigger than your happiness. You can give hope to an entire nation.
It'll only cost me everything.
It's good to have you back, my friend.
It's bad to be back.
Book 3, Beyond the Shadows, Parts 1 and 2. The final chapter in this dark tale chronicles Kylar's fight to retain his mortal soul as he does battle with the creatures of darkness and despair.
I am Sakage, a lord of shadows. I claim the shadows that the shadow may not. I am the strong arm of deliverance. I am Shadow Strider.
All the pieces will be put into play.
I am the scales of justice. I am he who guards unseen. I am Shadow Slayer. I am nameless.
A new darkness will rise.
My way is hard, but I serve unbroken. I will do justice and love mercy.
The final battle will threaten all the world.
Until the king returns, I shall not lay my burden down.
And only Kylar can stand in the way of the Crow.
There's no way to win except to raise these monsters. It will be an orgy of death.
Then let us raise monsters.
Don't miss the journey into the dark heart of the fantasy realms and Brent Week's critically acclaimed epic fantasy tale, The Night Angel Trilogy. You can find the individual chapters, all available at www.graphicaudio.net.